Hello there, beautiful people of Nigeria, beautiful people of Africa, and amazing people of the world. We're glad to be on your screens this amazing Monday morning. It's the last Monday in the month of July. Very soon we are delving straight into August, and I'm so glad to announce to you that the year is gradually coming to an end, and trust me, it's going to be an amazing end of the year for all of us. My name is Margaret Opera, and welcome to the show today.
Yeah, Michael here,
yes.
Michael Nath. How are you doing today? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. That question should have started with you.
Oh, well.
How was your weekend?
Amazing.
Margaret?
It was elections in Lagos State, and you know, as media personalities, it's only normal to get ready for, it was local government elections now in Lagos State, and there's no movement, but then I exercised my
Did you vote?
Oh, no, I didn't vote because my voter registration, the card, was not in Lagos State. So there was no way I could use it for Lagos State until I'm able to renew with paper people Lagos State. But what I meant was I exercised my press privilege, you know, as a media personality.
Did you really want to vote?
Of course. Why
didn't you go for it?
Local government elections, what am I going to be voting? I don't know these people. I'm not a resident of Lagos State. I did not register under Lagos State. Registered under Mr. Michael.
So you're one of them.
No. If it's presidential election or governorship election, but I just came into Lagos few years ago, and my card is not even under Lagos. So trust me,
well,
it won't be accepted.
Incidentally, we're going to talk further on this. By the way, we've got a lot of interesting items lined up for your entertainment this morning on the show. We've got the news update, newspapers review, topic for discussion, which of course I told you is part of what we've talked about, and social media buzz is going to bring up the rear today. Let's now raise the curtain on the news update. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has revealed that it sold a total of 2.106 trillion naira of refined products to Nigerians between February 2020 and February 2021, with petrol taking a huge chunk of 2.070 trillion naira of the entire sales. Making the disclosure in its delayed full monthly financial operations report for February. The corporation also disclosed that in terms of quantity, 17.215 billion liters of fuel, accounting for 99.37% of total refined products, were imported during the period. Under review.
Now the Director General of the World Trade Organization, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has lamented the low rate of COVID-19 vaccination in Nigeria and Africa. In general, now Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala said to fill the wide immunization gap, the WTO was ramping up vaccine production with a target of 11 billion doses by the end of this year, way beyond the present output level of 3.8 billion. Speaking at the National Diaspora Day 2021 organized by Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, with the theme Diaspora Integration for National Peace and Development, Okonjo-Iweala said vaccine production volume had been increasing, with the figure in June growing by 1.1 billion, representing a 45% increase from May production.
The Senate has ordered the Accountant General of the Federation to, without further delay, recover all illegal loans totaling 76 billion naira given to the Independent National Electoral Commission, Nigerian Army, National Youth Service Corps, Office of National Security Advisor, and 6 other ministries and agencies. This directive also affects ministries, departments, and agencies. They are all to refund to government coffers different amounts of unauthorized loans. The upper chamber gave the directive while adopting the recommendations of its Public Accounts Committee on the 2015 Auditor General of the Federation's report, which indicated that the said loans released in 2013 and early 2015 did not go through due diligence and without authorization of the National Assembly.
And all the following scene, Tunisia's president dismissed the country's prime minister on Sunday and halted parliament's operations following violent protests over the country's political and economic crisis. Protesters erupted with celebrations in the streets of Tunis after the late-night announcement. President Kai Saied also lifted the immunity of all parliament members and said he would name a new prime minister in the coming hours to bring calm to the country. He used a special constitutional measure allowing him to assume executive power and freeze parliament for an unspecified period of time until normal institutional workings can be restored. Now we'll wrap up this segment. We'll take a short break now. Up next, we'll be reviewing some of the top stories on the newspapers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
You go enter market, just make you go buy fresh palm fruits. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for una. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do na make you go for the open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again. My brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Banga, make your food yum.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081 63 974447. 08035644436 07066638213. Banga fresh palm.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville
Hello there. Once again on the delivery line, this time with the headlines in some of today's Nigerian dailies. And I got right here in the house, Laide Akanwo. Laide Akanwo, by the way, is a public affairs analyst. Hello, Laide. Good morning this morning.
Hello, Michael.
You're looking boyish this morning.
Well, I'm a young man anyway.
You're young indeed.
You know, young at heart.
I like that.
So, hello, Margaret. Hello, Nigeria.
All right, we're kicking off with the punch. Benin rejects Igboho's hasty extradition. Lawyers write Germany to start moves. With riders, Benin insists on repatriation hearing to determine whether Igboho's guilty or not. That's coming from the lawyer. A legal team to file additional complaint with German embassy today on Igboho's arrests. Protests rock Ibadan, Cotonou, London over activists' arrests. Police attack Oyo protesters. Now, let's go to the topmost portion of the paper where we have, despite aggressive revenue drive, federal government suffers 1.4 trillion naira shortfall. Nigeria lost 53.26 billion naira to gas flaring in 2 months, says NNPC. And finally, sanction officers involved in $274.2 million external loan losses. Senate.
Now to the nation, the screaming headline says, still on Igboho's case, federal government demands nothing short of Igboho's extradition. The writer saying Nigeria ready for diplomatic showdown if Benin Republic declined. And now moving further, resumed Kanu trial raises anxiety in Abuja. And 28 Fred Kaduna pupils reunite with parents. There's a picture here relating to that story. That's what the topmost part of the paper says. APC sweeps Lagos Ogun Council polls. NCDC 69 died of COVID-19 in 11 weeks. Nigeria's economic outlook still slippery. Reps issue bench warrant on Emefiele and Kyari. JAMB remits 2 billion to federal government. Not lacks leadership, says Matawale.
The Guardian now, manufacturers, importers stranded over 6.5 million naira duty on transit goods. And despite security concerns, federal government again extends NIN SIM link deadline by 3 months. That's about it.
All right, to the Nigerian Tribune, the topmost part of the paper says, said about COVID-19, 2021, WAEC will hold nationwide. WASC rather will hold nationwide, coming from the WAEC organization. Page 2 has the story. Now the business analysis on the Nigerian Tribune says CBN's 100 billion naira fund as catalyst for health sector development. Moving further down, Igboho leading a popular agitation, coming from Adebanjo. Again, federal government extends NIN and SIM verification deadlines to October 31st. APC stakeholders, governors, bicker over congresses and convention. And now the screaming headline says how INEC NSA Army got 76 billion naira without appropriation, coming from the Senate. With the writer saying funds meant for rights production released by Accountant General to Electoral Commission and others. Still on the Igboho's issue, Yoruba monarchs in Benin Republic to write president. Security alert in Abuja as Nnamdi Kanu faces trial today. Buhari set to reactivate Nigeria, Togo joint. And lastly, with a pictorial representation too, it says tears, mixed feelings, and 28 more Baptist students with son. Laide, back to you. There are lots of stories here. As much as I would like to pick from the release of the Baptist students, we are happy and we are really glad that happened, because I can imagine the feel of those parents and those children who have been there for a while. Also, as much as I want to talk about that, something caught my attention here, the screaming headline from the Nigerian Tribune, how INEC NSA Army got 76 billion naira without appropriation from the Senate. And the writers are saying funds meant for right production released by Accountant General to Electoral Commission and others.
Well, thank you, Margaret. Let me taking it one after the other. Let me start with the Baptist students. I think that's in Kaduna State. Well, I have a mixed feeling, because mixed feeling says that, well, first of all, I'm happy that the children are back with their parents, and as a parent, You know how it feels when even if your child only travels and has not returned, not to talk of, you now have the idea that your child is being kidnapped, under which condition he or she is being kept, you don't know. Now, I said I have a mixed feeling because Chibok girls are still there. Are we forgetting them? Leah Shuaibu, and many of them. And again, it was not as if that Kaduna Baptist case was the first one ever. If it was, we would have said, okay, it caught the government unawares. You know, it has been happening. So even that Kaduna incident should not have happened at all in the first place. So that's why I said I have a mixed feeling. Because immediately after this one now, who knows where next? You know? So when is the government going to get on top of the game to ensure that nothing of such nature ever happens again? That's why I said I have a mixed feeling. I'm happy for the parents, for the children, but then there are still some who are left there. You know, many of these children could have some health conditions that could threaten their life if care is not taken. And apparently, it's not as if police or the security agencies went to rescue them. Apparently, they were released after the parents have paid ransom. So the parents would have gone, you know, through hell to raise money, you know, and money that should have been used for economic purposes is being used now to get their children back, which is a very, very big shame on the part of the federal government, the security apparatus Nigeria has, and then the governor of Kaduna State, who boasted, because if he didn't run his mouth, Kaduna did not witness such things, you know, initially. But when he started running his mouth, and incidentally, he has gone to pick his own child, who he enrolled in a public school, you know, before cameras, in public glare. Who he enrolled his child in a public school with pressmen there. He went behind to pick the child off, so he didn't call anybody anymore. So that means he knows what a child means to parents. So I'll put bulk of the blame on him. Now, on the Senate angle that they said, well, I would fault the Senate in one way. The reason I would fault them is they have the oversight functions. And nothing like that should have happened, you know, without them knowing. It shouldn't have happened, and they got to know later. So that means they failed in their duties, you know, apparently. So it's their fault.
Thank you, Laide.
Thank you so much, Laide. Very, very shortly, we're going to come back to you once again. Yeah, reports from different, there was a widespread apathy that marred the local government elections held in Lagos and Ogun states on Saturday. The reports from different parts of the state showed that many voters shunned the polls for lack of interest in the exercise, fear of electoral violence, and lack of faith in the outcome of the election. We have in the studio, still have in the studio, Laide. Laide, the so much excitement and high expectations heralded the last Saturday Lagos Ogun State local government elections. But alas, we were so disappointed. We got the reverse in case. There was so much apathy, voter apathy. Most people did not turn up at all for one reason or the other. And to start with, did you vote?
I did.
That's shocking. Okay, but what would
Why
you
is it
think?
shocking?
I really didn't expect it, you know, because a lot of people I had asked one-on-one didn't even know why that Saturday when we had the restriction on movement, they didn't know what it was all about.
That is a good citizen.
You know. So come on, tell us, what do you think had contributed to this voter apathy?
Well, let me start this way. Politics or electioneer election is not a spectator sport. You know, it's not like football match or a wrestling bout, which you just leave to some people and the rest of you watch. You know, it's full participation by everybody of eligible age. So, and I've forgotten who actually said this quotation. However, let me just put it this way. If you don't participate, you have no right to complain when a fool is in charge. Yeah. If you think you are wise, or rather you know what to do, but you didn't participate, And politics is a participation thing, you know, and every citizen has a right to be voted for and has a right to vote. So if you didn't participate, you get my point, then you have no right to complain that the result did not go well or whatever happened. Let me, I didn't know what happened in Ogun because I could have left Lagos for Ogun. I live in Lagos and I observed my civic duty in Lagos. But I tell you that people who didn't vote, many of them do not even have voter's card. That's the first thing. I'm always astonished when people don't have such things. I remember, let me quickly make a reference to NIN. There was a day, that time when the first time the government gave a deadline, people were rushing. Somebody asked me, won't you go out for the NIN? I said, I got my own since 2014 or 2015. He said, well, the moment government says, we want you citizens to do this, I do it. You know, I have my, and then he said like, then I went inside to show him my national ID card issued in 2015. So, because the NIN, I'll come back to the election. The NIN did not start with this administration. It started with the past administration under President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. And the moment the guidelines were out, I read it and I went to register. The day I did it, I was like maybe 5-10 minutes, I was through. So now, when it's now too necessary for people to get it, I don't have a problem. And I make sure that every member of my family too got it. Now, coming to the election, when it was time to register, I ensure I registered. If the registration exercise will take 2 weeks, I will ensure that I get my registration done within the first 5 days. Because I know Nigerians were always last minute people. You know, last minute when it is like 24 hours, you know, to the deadline. So, if I will complain, or rather I would have a say in what happens in my locality, because this local government election concerns everybody. In fact, it concerns you more than the presidential election in a way, because the council of your ward, the local government of your, the chairman of your local government, that's the election that you are talking about. So if I know that Margaret is the better candidate than Michael in my ward, and both of them come from parties A and B, and I want Margaret there, the only thing I can do is, like, apart from campaigning for Margaret, I will ensure that I give her my one vote. And vote counts.
Of course. A single vote can make a whole world of difference.
Yes.
Yeah,
people always, I always laugh when people say they know who will win. This is what politicians want you to believe. That's what they want you to. They want you to have in your head, so that they can mobilize their own people. Because you who would have opposed them have, self-defeated yourself that your vote doesn't count. So, and they will keep giving you that impression. So, and they'll keep mobilizing their own people. When people say there is voter apathy, there was no polling booth you get to that you still didn't get people. And mind you, there's a limited number that each polling unit can take anyway. And most of the polling units, even if you don't have the number that should vote in that unit, you have more than half. You get my point. And one thing, part of the problem we have with this election, or rather with Nigerian election, is that our voter's card should operate like our ATM card, whereby if you register in Port Harcourt, it should be digital. That's what I'm trying to say. If you register in Port Harcourt, for one reason or the other, you are in Lagos when the election comes, you should be able to vote.
That's the reason Margaret couldn't register or vote. Yes, our voter.
If it was the presidential, presidential election, it can be accepted. But things like local government, you cannot have register your voter's card in Port Harcourt and able to use it to vote for a local government election in Lagos. Which is not supposed to be the way.
This is digital age.
Yeah,
this is digital age.
Like that.
This is digital age. All the card needs to do is just to read you whether you are the person holding that card. That's all the card needs to do. The card does not tell you which party to vote. If, for instance, you can go to some places and your data that has been captured wherever could be accessed, then it should be possible. you know, because all the card has to do is just to tell them, okay, this is Lady Akao, is who he says he is, and not somebody else. It's not representing someone else. It's not impersonating anybody, and nobody has impersonated him. Even if there are two people who answer the same names, even God Almighty, who created us, you know, has given us steps to follow in this respect, because science has proved it to us, and we have even noticed that not even identical twins have the same thumbprint. Even the depth of your eyes, the details of your eyes rather, you know, because I've read in some publications that no two people, or the eyes may just look alike, the eyeballs themselves, but the details of each individual is unique to that individual. You get my point? So there are many things that God has even given us guidelines on how to do. I don't know why Nigeria is different. However, the problem is lack of sincerity of purpose on the part of the leaders. But I want to say on the part of Nigerians, because the leaders did not come from another planet. The leaders grew up from among us. You get my point? Whoever is a leader today, maybe it's 50 or 60, was, mind you, like 20 or 30 in the Second Republic. And you saw how they did it in the Second Republic.
And you mentioned one of the reasons about why people didn't really come out to vote is most people don't have voters card. Yeah, most people don't have voters card. Not sometimes. This is not a way of trying to be on their side, but sometimes I remember I can recall an incident that happened in Port Harcourt when I was just about to get my voters card. It was a tug of war. Imagine people we are asked to come today to do the capturing of something. The same day when my voters card was ready, I went there and I couldn't find it. Apparently, I don't know what they did. They said they had issued it to someone else. I can't remember what they said happened. And then they ask you to pay so amount just so you were attended to first. Imagine standing in the crowd under the sun for a very long time. Someone comes in less than 30 minutes. He's coming out, and because you don't have money to pay, you are standing. They'll tell you, come today, come tomorrow, come next month. Most people won't want to come back there. Like, after all,
well,
at
the registration center where you are being asked to pay money, it is not the INEC chairman that you meet there in person. It's not the president. It's not the vice president. It's not the president of the Senate or any of these highly placed people. It is fellow Nigerians. So it's a Nigerian problem. You know, we have some people in this country who want to make money from every little influence they can wield. You get my point? So somebody who is just to register you for just to register you, the moment they see that there's a crowd, then they devise a means of making money from these people.
That's the Nigerian way.
So it's the Nigerian problem. You get my point?
Yeah.
So, and at the end of the day, when everything accumulates and bounces back, everybody still looks for somebody else to blame, and eventually we blame the leaders. But that was what I said initially, that the person you met at the registration center who asked for money was never the INEC chairman or Mr. President or President of the Senate or even your state governor. You get my point? So it is a fellow Nigerian like you. And somebody once said that corruption is a Nigerian thing, but people complain when they don't get part of it. And another person put it this way, that when corruption favors some people, they call it connection. You know, so so I think it's a Nigerian problem we have to solve together as Nigerians. You know, we need reorientation. That is where the government is failing. You know, when we were children, when we were in school, I remember we used to do civic studies or something like that. And all they taught you that time is that you are a Nigerian. Nigeria is important. I learned that you should respect the Nigerian flag as a primary school child. Nobody tells them that today anymore.
All right.
You know, many things about Nigeria.
Okay, now, thank you so very much, Laide. We ain't going to let you go. We're still with you. Yeah, it's a Nigerian problem, and it takes a Nigerian or Nigerians to come up with solution to this problem. That's just part one of the discussion we have this morning. Now, heading to part two, the legal tussle over the continued detention of Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, continues today, with the legal team assuming that the second stage of the trial will be concluded today. Still with us. I told you we're going to come back to you. Now, Sunday Igboho, who's right now in Benin Republic, there are tussles now going on. The Beninois government wouldn't let him leave the land. Yoruba community in Benin Republic wouldn't let him go. But the federal government insists that he's going to come back to Nigeria. Even the Nigerian ambassador there, former Das Burtai, had already arranged an aircraft to bring him back to Nigeria. But the government stood their ground and said he wasn't moving anywhere. Now, what's your take on this?
Well, to start with, I think the Beninian government is trying to ensure that rule of law, runs its course. Because they have said if he's found guilty, then they would know whether they would release him to Nigeria or not. And besides that, even the case is answering to the government of Benin Republic. It's not about whatever he did in Nigeria. It's about having
the nationality thing.
It's a nationality issue. Whether he has forged papers, and stuff like that. So Nigeria government is only trying to cash in. They just want to take advantage of it, because up to the time he was arrested in Benin, I believe strongly DSS still believed it was in Nigeria. It was not as if it was their thing, but that the moment they got wind that he was arrested, they stepped in. And I've read in papers that Nigerian government threatens diplomatic battle.
Sanctions and stuff.
If Benin does not cooperate with them. Well, government should realize that Benin is a sovereign nation, so, and Nigeria could not dictate to them. So, and they have their own laws. So whatever their laws and their court says, it's what they will do in any case. Having said that, I think the reason the government is doing that, I will look at it from like, it's a triangle thing. I've looked at it first on the part of the Benin Republic and why Nigeria has no say except whatever the court of Benin Republic says. On another side, I think why I would expect that they bring him back home is to teach a lesson to others, because that was the mistake the government made with the North, when they should have nipped Boko Haram, when they should have nipped all the insurgents at the board. Now, all those ones have grown to become monsters, and I heard Matawale, or one of the governors, saying the other day that insecurity challenge in Nigeria did not suffers it. In my mind, I just said, who created it in the first place? They created it. They looked the other way when they should have nipped all these things in the bud. That is what I think the Southwesterners don't want to happen, because the moment you allow one person to go away with it, many more of them will rise up, and it will become hydra-headed. It will become a monster too big to handle, like we have in the North now. So that is what the Southwest people are trying to avoid. That is, I said it's a triangle, so that's one angle. Well, the third angle on the part of the federal government is, what is sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander.
Good.
Now,
I don't even know what you're going to say, but I want to believe that you're going towards a direction I have in mind.
What is sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. If if we classify Gumi as a terrorist or a bandit, but he's a conspirator, he knows them. He has said it in his own words. Yeah. Because all you are holding against Sunday Igboho is things he has said in his own words on video. So Gumi too has said it in his own words. And we have seen governors in the North posing with these bandits or their representatives, so to say.
Yeah,
in the public,
taking photographs.
Taking photographs with governors.
Yes.
So if you could have a gumi, or that you can have, and it's a very funny thing. During the Obasanjo regime and up to Jonathan era, there was a one they used to call Mama Boko Haram.
Yes,
yes. And that time too, that woman appeared to have contact with those people because
she actually did. She actually did.
She was the one talking to them about Chibok girls and stuff like that.
Yes.
So what is the problem of the government? Even if you would let, if you will spare the woman or Gumi, for instance, but you must ensure that it leads you to arresting all the people who are, because the moment just like I will compare it to human body. If you cut up somebody's head now, you still have the body, but what you have is a dead body. So if you pick all their heads, all their arrowheads, all their people that give them command and stuff like that, then all the small boys will scatter and you won't hear of them anymore. That's why I won't forget, in the time of President Shehu Shagari, in the days of Maitasini, in Kano, there used to be one religious sect like that called Maitasini.
Yeah.
When it got to a point, the president had to engage the army, and because all of a sudden Maitasini just stood up one day
out of the blue.
They have been there. People have always known them. People have always complained about them, but it's like nobody listened. Nobody looked their way. But one day they just exploded on the Kano city, and 2, 3, 4 days it got to a point that governor had to impose a curfew. Banks, schools, no. So the president then, President Shehu Shagari, had to release the army, and they did with them decisively. And up to tomorrow, you don't have Maitasini again. So now, why can't successive governments have nipped Boko Haram in the bud? Now that have even become a problem, why can't the current president do something about it?
No.
So
I was going to ask again. That's Igboho on the one hand.
Yes.
Igboho's case is coming up for hearing today. Same thing for Nnamdi Kanu. How are you going to compare these two?
Well, the case of Kanu, if he did not jump bail, the only thing I have against him is he jumped bail. By the time he jumped bail, he has jeopardized the person who stood surety for him.
But the person who stood surety still insists, stands his ground and said he's going to do it over and over again.
Well, he could have said that he's a gentleman. But on the part of Kanu's side, it's like Bob Marley has in one of his numbers that even if your child is a thief, as a mother, can a mother forsake the son he bears? You don't know the pact between, or rather the kind of love he has for Kanu, or rather maybe that is just his own nature, that well, you are the bad person, but then I'm a good person. I will still be the good person I am. So if you still need my help, I will still help you. There are many people who could do that. But on the part of Kanu, I think, like I said earlier, what is sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. The only problem I have with Kanu was inciting people, to attack government facilities, kill the police. Because if you look at...
Do you have any evidence?
He never said, he never...
No,
Do you have any evidence?
Wait.
He never made mention of that.
Wait. If you ask me if I ever had any evidence, I've listened to audio on shared on WhatsApp.
Was he in Nnamdi Kanu's voice?
Wait. Well, except maybe the Dr. The Voice, and that one is purportedly comes from Radio Biafra, and he said all that time of answers. So it was widespread then. Kill the police, do this, do that. It's not proper for anybody to call, for insurrection against his own country. If you say police, don't forget that police too is a human being. Somebody's son, somebody's father, somebody's husband, somebody's wife, somebody's daughter, somebody's mother. So they are human beings, and they don't do anything on their own. They represent the country. They uphold the law of the land, and they are being paid, by taxpayers' money. So, in Nnamdi Kanu's case, I think the government should not. They should let him have fair hearing, and nothing beyond the laws, or rather beyond the books, should be applied, so that it doesn't appear as if anybody is being biased, the judge or the government has peculiar interest. So if the law is observed to the letter, then whatever happens, I will agree with it. Right. But if it appears that somebody is being biased, is being witch hunted, is being unduly punished, that will be unfair enough, especially when you have Gumi and many of them, even though all of them call it different names, but they do the same thing. Okay, so because if a robber kills, he has taken a life. If an assassin kills, he has taken a life.
Whichever way,
a life is gone. So bandits too. Now, they even shut down
an aircraft
of recent. Yeah. So that is like full scale war. Yeah. If anybody could shoot down your aircraft, it's a full scale war. So you can say that they are not calling for a separate country, they are not calling for the disintegration of Nigeria, but then they are undermining Nigeria's space. So in whichever form. So that's why I said what's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. So they should be dealt with. And not until we see it that Gumi, the bandits are being dealt with, whatever happens to Igbo
should also be applied.
If you don't tackle those people at that end, whatever happens to Igbo and Kanu is miscarriage of justice.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Lydia Kawan, Public Affairs Analyst, sharing his thoughts with us on the recent happenings in the country. Take a short break now. Up next, we'll be having our Ask Box segment with Jude. Stay with us.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiviv Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiviv family.
You go enter market, just make you go buy fresh palm fruits. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for una. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do na make you go for the up, open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again. My brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Banga, come make your food yummy.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081 63 974447. 08035644436 07066638213. Banga fresh palm fruit.
Welcome back. This is still iBrand Daybreak. It's a wonderful Monday morning, and I would say wonderful Monday morning. Well, let me just say good morning now rather than going down Monday morning routes. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Margaret. Good morning, Nigeria. It's been a wonderful weekend. Let's talk about what's been going on in the world of sports. Nothing can be bigger than the Olympic Games that is currently ongoing right there in Tokyo. Yes. Now, but sadly, it's been a fairy tale of losses for Nigeria. We've not been able to do so well at the game. So far, so good. Just a handful of our athletes that participated so far, and the leads who that participated, many of them getting knocked out, the likes of Funke Oshonaike, the legendary Funke Oshonaike, who was representing Nigeria at her 7th Olympics, and she ended up by revealing that this might just be her last Olympics. She's been representing Nigeria since the 90s at the Olympic Games and her 7th, and there are talks that according to her, she will most likely be at the Paris 2024 Olympics, but as a spectator. I mean, it's been a good run for the big woman, Funke Oshonaike. She's not the only one that got knocked out over the weekend. The likes of Esther Toko. Esther Toko came so close representing Nigeria in the rowing event, but sadly also ending in a defeat for Esther. But it was quite an interesting one. This is not an event you get to see Nigeria participate so much in, and she did so well, including Uche Eke. Nigeria in a gymnastics event. Gymnastics also not one of those games you get to see Nigeria being represented so much. But also, I would say it was a good one for him. The athletes are doing so well. And we had the likes of Edem Ofyong. Edem Ofyong, she had another game today, but sadly she has gotten knocked out this morning. She won her first game and she got knocked out this morning. And lots of other athletes who are also participating at that one. And it's just ending the way we don't want to see it. But there are still more athletes to come through for Nigeria. And I can assure you there's going to be a gold or silver medal coming home very soon. And the Deep Tigers also, not one of the sides I'll be leaving out. They went down on Saturday and on Sunday actually, which was yesterday, and sadly for us also ended in a defeat against the Australian side. Australia, the number one of the biggest ranked team in the world, and the D Tigers couldn't do so well against them. But that's just their first game. They have 2 other games against Italy and Germany. Let's see how it's going to be panning out. Yes, like I said, lots and lots of athletes representing Nigeria. They are all doing so well. I mean, representing Nigeria at the Olympics alone is a big thing, and you must commend them, be it that they win their games or they lose their games. I must say every one of them that is flying the country's flag right there in Tokyo is doing a good job. We have yet another fixture for Nigeria later today, and that's going to be the badminton duo of Olufua and Opeyori. Hopefully we get to see these two progress to the next round of the competition. Elizabeth Ayanacho also went down earlier today. Sadly, it ended in a defeat for her. She's also been knocked out. But like I told you, there are still more athletes to come. You can expect Nigeria to do so well at the wrestling events. You can expect Nigeria to do so well, including the basketball and the athletics that are yet to begin. I can assure you when we get to those stages of the competition, I guess we'll just be talking about medals. Michael, it's all yours now.
Chidechi, you started by saying, so far so good. I don't accept that. For me, it's so far so bad for Nigeria. Now, from the look of things, do you ever think we're going to have anything positive coming from Tokyo this year?
Well, Michael, I would say so far so good. The athletes that have represented Nigeria, maybe save for Edem Ofyong, these are not the best of our best at Tokyo, and the best of the best are yet to take part in their events. The likes of the tennis legend Aruno Quadri, you can expect something from him. The likes of the hurdles champion Tobi Amusho, when she takes to the track, you can expect something wonderful from her. And Nietel will be representing Nigeria in the hammer event. The D Tigers, I'm still expecting something wonderful from them when they take to the field, the court once again, including the D Tigers, and also Nigeria's legend once you talk about tracks and field event, Blessing Okaba. Lots and lots of things to expect. The Olympics, this is just the opening days. Expect something better from Team Nigeria.
Okay. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Of course, next is we have to bring up the rear, and that's talking about the social media buzz. Hello, Margaret.
Yes, please. It's time for social media buzz. Social media is buzzing as usual. And now, Big Brother Nigeria started over the weekend. and also the Olympics has been on for a short while now. And now what's happening in social media, Christian Fon Johnson is a very funny person on social media. He's actually a friend of mine here. I said, now Big BN come starts during Olympics. They just want us to they fight for remote, according to him. And replying to that, Tina Momo Patrick said, we will not fight politics. We all love Big Brother Nigeria, and anybody will hold remote line will put where they like. Okay, one quote just says, very soon the real fight will start when English Premier League will start. Haruna Zubairo said, just tell her what you want. Tell her you want to eat beans and plantain, and she should monitor it so it won't get burnt. Before she finish, the match go day 89 minutes. Wow, interesting. Then Komi Ime said, your own better self. I'm fighting the remote with football dad and cartoon lover boy. 2 people, only me. Rather Henry said to all mature citizens in this group that don't watch BBN or Olympic, please look after Nigeria for us. We will join you guys in the next 3 months. Well, these are the reactions from Nigerians on social media. The Big Brother Nigeria Olympics and also the Premier League. I think it says English Premier League is about to start. I'm not a football fan anyway, so I don't know the Premier League. They have so many names.
Then don't go there.
Oh, okay. I'd rather just stay where I am. Oh well, so I don't think there's a need to fight for remote. Where you can have more than one television. And you can also have your phone to watch it. So come on, why are you fighting?
You see, this Big Brother Nigeria.
Don't start, Michael. Thank you.
I keep wondering.
Don't start.
Honestly, I got to say it.
Okay.
It's still controversial. You can agree with me.
Very controversial.
Some people believe it's worthless. You know, there is little or nothing to impart, you know, to the young generation. Okay. What is there to learn?
Well, what do you believe? I think that's what's important. What I believe is that if it's worthless to you, don't watch it. It's simple. If it's not worthless to the next person watch it. So the definition of worthless is relative. If you say, some people believe it's worthless according to them, but nobody is forcing you to the screens of your television to tune into Big Brother Nigeria. So the problem is when you have so many things to say about this show and you still keep watching it, that's the problem.
We're talking about the rot in the society, immorality, the level of immorality.
There's immorality everywhere. In Nigeria, there's a lot of immorality with the kidnapping and killings every day. It's enough immorality. Nigeria needs something to free them. So it might not be the best of shows, but someone who has a better option should bring up the show, I would buy it. Bring up another kind of show, I would buy it, rather than sit and complain. No, Nigerians, we can complain. You don't have a solution to anything, and yet you keep saying, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. But then, what next? What's your opinion? What's your solution? None. So, I know you don't like Big Brother Nigeria.
No, I've not said so. These are vibes I'm getting from people around me.
Those same people will still tune in and watch it. I give that to you.
Well, it's okay.
Oh yeah. So
quote of the day.
Of course, we'll be giving you a quote from Abraham Lincoln. It's quite a long one. Says, "You can have anything you want if you want it badly enough. You can be anything you want to be. Do anything you set out to accomplish if you hold to that desire with singleness of purpose." Taking that again, you can have anything you want if you want it badly enough. You can be anything you want to be. Do anything you set out to accomplish if you hold to that desire with singleness of purpose. Coming from the legendary Abraham Lincoln. So just take this words, run with it, and it will produce the results that you desire for me. Thank you so much for joining us on this amazing show tomorrow. If you missed the show 1 p.m. today, we'll have a repeat belt for you, and do well to join us by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, Tuesday, so you don't miss out on any segment. My name is Margaret Opara.
If you enjoyed this edition, of course, I want to believe you did.
Yeah.
A better one is on the way. Come tomorrow. Catch you then. Michael Nath here.